Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Richland County Conversation. Today, we are here at the Richland County Judicial Center, and we are in the CASA department. My name is Paul Harris, and I am joined by the director of CASA, Ms. Paige Greene. How are you doing?
Thank you, Paul. Doing well, thanks.
So, for a lot of people that may not know about CASA, actually, what is CASA, and what does it stand for first?
Okay, well, CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and what we do here is recruit, train, and support community volunteers, people just like you, Paul, to serve in the role as a guardian ad litem for abused and neglected children in Richland County.
Okay, and you recently just came back from National CASA Conference. Share with us a little bit about what took place in that. What did you learn, and what can you implement coming back here to Columbia?
Well, the learning experience and the fellowship experience at the National CASA Conference is it's overwhelming, and I just cannot state the value of that enough, because our volunteers and our staff come back armed with heightened advocacy skills and re-energized to advocate for our maltreated children.
And you just spoke on volunteers. How many volunteers do you normally see come through here, through Richland County CASA, and how does one get involved to be a volunteer?
Well, actually, Richland County CASA is the fourth largest CASA in the nation. Out of like 2,000 programs across the nation, we have an army of over 800 committed volunteers. And actually, unfortunately, that's just not enough. The need for additional volunteers has never been greater, because the numbers of maltreated children just continue to escalate.
And so, what are some of the tasks that these volunteers will be doing on a regular basis if people are interested in volunteering?
Well, what we would love for them to call us, okay? And then the first thing we'll do is just to set up an interview just to get to know each other and see if it's a good fit. And then we'll talk about the process. But the first thing that has to be are the background checks of volunteers who are interested, and then they go through training. We have CASA University, and that is guardian ad litem training every Tuesday here at this office at 3 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. So, we try to make it as convenient as possible for folks. And so then once you go through the training, you are sworn in by a family court judge as a guardian ad litem. And at that point, then we try to select the best case for you. For instance, some people really love advocating for babies, and some love advocating for older youth. And so it just depends on what the person's interest is. We will match a case. Whatever it is, we have a case for you.
And speaking of cases, state and child welfare. Share with us a little bit about that, and I guess the significance of it.
Well, unfortunately, the numbers of maltreated children just continue to rise. Behind you, I have a chart of the numbers, and every year, I mean, it just keeps going. It keeps rising, and it just almost seems impossible. And already from January the 1st through present day, we have already served more children than we did in calendar year 2015. I mean, that was just around the corner. And so it is just so sad. And so we desperately need more volunteers.
Is this a number that's gone up recently? And if so, how can we bring it down?
It has continued to escalate for over the past decade and a half. And every year the numbers rise. And what we can do to bring those numbers down, we always say at CASA, we can't control where abused and neglected children come from, but we can have something to do with where they end up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, once again, this is the Richland County Conversation. I'm Paul Harris, alongside with CASA Director Paige Greene. And there's a program called, and it's on the back of the chairs that you guys will be wearing at one of the upcoming council meetings, called the Quarterback Program.
Right.
Show us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, in 2007, we birthed CASA Quarterbacks. It's a male recruitment model, because sadly, 50% of the children in foster care are male children, and so we desperately needed to recruit more male guardians. And so it's been a recruitment initiative that we have had, and it's been very, very effective. And we've actually gone all over the country training other CASA programs on this model of recruitment. And basically we wear a jersey because, like with any quarterback, they don't drop the ball, right? That's the most important part, get the ball where it needs to be. So our quarterbacks, our male volunteers, they carry a football with the children's name that they're advocating for. And the whole goal is don't drop the ball on that child, and you get that child where it needs to be for safe and permanency in a nurturing environment.
Nice, that's great.
Yeah.
You have a superhero 5K coming up this fall. I can see you're already excited about it.
Very excited.
So tell me a little bit about what's going to happen for that 5K and leading up to it.
Okay, well, it will actually be, last year was our inaugural race, and it turned out just to be a phenomenal day and success. So this year's event will be on Saturday, November the 2nd. And we are just so excited about that. We'll probably have around 300 runners in that. It's a 5K, but in addition to the run and to the race, it's a day for children in foster care to come out and to take part. We'll have all kinds of games and activities and food and festivities and learning little booths and all those kinds of things for our kids. And really, it's just for the whole community. Last year, we had runners from all over the state, and so we're looking forward to that again. Anybody that's interested in signing up, you can always go to Strictly Running and check out our race. It's CASA's superhero race to end child abuse.
Okay, so we've talked about volunteers, we've talked about the impacts CASA has had. So what is a personal goal for not only yourself, but also the entire CASA department that you would like to see moving forward?
Well, we desperately need more volunteers. Again, we have 800 volunteers, but we're currently serving 1,700 children. And so every child deserves a voice. Every child deserves someone advocating for them alone. And so, our goal is to continuously increase our numbers of volunteers.
And if someone wants to volunteer, where can they possibly sign up for them to, where can they apply to be a volunteer? Do they have to come here? Can they do it online?
Well, they can do that online. It's www.rccasa.org or call me, 576-1723. Call the office or just stop by. We're on the 4th floor of the Judicial Center, and our office is always a revolving door of wonderful folks who just want to come and hear about the program, people coming to drop off Christmas gifts or just school supplies for children. So just please come and visit us anytime.